Donald.
The schools are failing. The jobs are leaving, and millions are trapped in poverty. So to the African American community, I say, vote for Donald Trump. I will fix it. I will fix it.
That was Donald, the GOP nominee, doing an hour town hall focusing on issues that impact the African-American community. Now, we'll be doing that event tomorrow, and we'll have guests at the church at the Buckeye State. Joining us now is the CEO for the National Diversity Coalition for Donald Trump, the Reverend Darrell Scott, and also joining us, Senior Advisor for African-American Outreach for the Trump campaign. Omarosa is on my show. I can't believe it.
Hi, Hannity.
You have one name. Everybody knows you as Omarosa, and Fox News contributor Deroy Murdock. Since Obama's been president, there's been a 58% increase, Black Americans on food stamps. Yeah. We have 12 million more Americans on food stamps, 8 million more Americans in poverty, a 20% increase of Black Americans out of the labor force. These are real people, real suffering, our fellow countrymen. Democrats play the race card every year. Will it work this year, Pastor?
I don't think it will. You know, Americans are not stupid, and Black Americans are not stupid. We hear Hillary, we hear Donald Trump, and what Donald Trump is saying makes more sense than what Hillary Clinton is saying. She's trying to sell us on some type of fantasy of some utopian society, while Trump assesses the world through a realistic viewpoint. And Trump is saying we have to deal with the world the way it is and not deal with things the way we wish they were. And so what happens is the Democrats, Hillary Clinton, they try to make it a personal choice rather than a political choice. And, you know, she'll say, well, women don't vote for Trump because he's a misogynist, and foreigners don't vote for him because he's a xenophobe, and blacks and minorities don't vote for him because he's a racist. But that's not working. The field is clearer now. We don't have 19 different voices to hear. There are 2 candidates left. We're able to hear what she says. We're able to hear what he says. We're able to process it. And once again, what he says makes a whole lot more sense than that crazy stuff she's talking about.
Omarosa, you're going to be joining us tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you again. And what are your thoughts on all this?
You know, I think it's important to note that the African-American community has been extremely loyal to the Democrats, but unfortunately, the Democrats have not been loyal to African-Americans. Among those statistics that you mentioned, we also saw home ownership among African-Americans drop significantly. When you look at a city like Chicago, where 60% of the young African-American men are either unemployed or not in school, we are failing the community, and Donald Trump wants to bring change to the inner city.
And he's reaching in deep. He keeps giving speech after speech and black church after black church. He's saying, I want your vote. I'll fix the educational system.
He's willing to earn it. He's not going to take the African-American community for granted, as the Democrats continue to do.
And I like that he's asking for those votes, because Republicans, frankly, in the past have not done enough outreach.
That's exactly right. Somebody asked me today, what is the secret? Why is Trump increasing his support among black voters? According to one poll, up to 19.6. And if that's true, that's just astonishing. I said it's very simple.
That was the Pew poll.
Yeah, very simple. He's asking for black votes. That usually doesn't happen. Usually Democrats say, well, they're going to win, so we'll just blow them off.
He takes it personally as a personal insult.
Really an astonishing comment that somehow that we owe it, we're his property and we're supposed to do as our master says, or something like that. That's just appalling. And I think that Trump is doing the right thing. He's going out and asking for black votes, which is unusual. And he's doing so on very specific issues, like school choice, for example. He's very, very specific about school choice. He wants to have a block grant program to give states, I believe it's $20 billion that they can use for school choice initiatives. And you look at Hillary Trump, and she's completely a tool of the teachers union.
And coming up in the wake of the terror attacks this past weekend, is it time to start surveillance like they had in New York up to 2014 in some mosques here in the U.S. looking for radical Islamists? You think that's smart? We'll speak with 2 imams. That's straight ahead.